Welcome to Legends and Leaders, where the biggest names and brightest minds in sports share their journeys on and off the field. Hosted by Leo Lewis, former wide receiver for the Minnesota Vikings and founder of the Lewis Sports Foundation. This podcast dives into the stories behind the success, from elite athletes to influential figures across the sports world. Get ready for powerful conversations that inspire leadership and legacy. And now to our host, Leo Lewis.
All right. Hello, everybody. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much. My name's Leo Lewis, and we are hosting the inaugural Legends and Leaders podcast. And I have a host of guests throughout this year, and my very first guest is a former Minnesota Timberwolves. He's laid his residency here in Minnesota ever since he played for the Timberwolves, and one of the things that I will cherish about him is that he played with Hall of Famer Kevin Garnet for the Timberwolves. My guest is Troy Hudson, everybody.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's my pleasure. And Troy, I think one of the things that we do here, certainly with Matt Wallace and his syndication space here, is just be really natural about all of these interviews. And one of the things that I like about you is that you stayed in the Twin Cities after you played, because a lot of professional players like to go south. They like to go to Florida, Texas, and California.
I wonder why.
It's probably because they don't have to pay taxes. No, of course, the cold weather will drive a number of them. But tell me, what you've been doing since you left the Timberwolves and you've kind of retired. It's been a while since that's happened, but I know you've kept busy.
Yes, definitely kept busy. When I was playing, I was single.
Yeah.
But since then, I've gotten married. I have three kids. I have 2 daughters and a son. And my wife, a beautiful wife, and you play with her dad,
That's
Sammy
right.
White.
That's
yeah,
right.
So,
well, let's tell the audience. Sammy White was a great wide receiver for the Minnesota Vikings, and kind of tutored me when I came to the Vikings in '81. But he was an All-Pro wide receiver, and he didn't stay in the Twin Cities after he retired. But certainly he raised his family for a short period of time here. So you had a chance to know the family and married the daughter.
Yeah,
huh?
and married the daughter. You ate good genes, right?
Of course.
Good athletic genes. You got to keep it right.
Well, an athlete married the daughter of an athlete,
Yeah.
but she was pretty athletic too.
Oh
wasn't
yeah, she was. She played at Grambling State, her dad's alma mater, and so she played basketball. We got a good thing going.
Okay, good. Well, Troy, let's start at the beginning, because that's how you and I met. Because I took Sammy over to your house, and he was staying with you when we had a Vikings alumni weekend, and I just recently found out you were initially a Mizzou Tiger.
Yes, I was.
Right?
Yes.
And ended up playing for legendary Norm Stewart, who was the basketball coach at Missouri. But something happened. But let's say, what was it that drew you to the University of Missouri, besides it being a good college?
Well, being from Southern Illinois, whatever station that was syndicating and viewing and showing the Mizzou games. So it was like I was able to see them almost every night, right? So it just became, they were almost a home team. I had Southern Illinois, which was in my backyard. Correct. But then I would see DePaul, and then I would see Missouri. Okay. So seeing Missouri every night, I loved the gold and the black. Yeah. And, I used to watch Anthony Peeler and Doug Smith, and it was just like, they came and watched me like almost every game my senior year. Kim Anderson, who you say you played against in high school, right. He came almost every game. And I really liked his demeanor. I really liked him as a person. I didn't really get a chance to meet Storm and Norman at that time. So it was Kim coming to watch me. But once I got a chance to go to campus and meet Norm Stewart, it was like, I signed right there. I didn't take any other visits.
Oh my gosh. Well, I appreciate that. One of the things I was telling Troy about my experience with Kim Anderson, and Kim Anderson was a former Mizzou Tiger basketball player, 6'9", played kind of the 4 position, right? At that time, although he was center in high school. But I played against Kim Anderson in high school. And one of the things that I have to tell you, and this is true story, Kim and I are playing. We're on the same basketball court, and we had a jump ball. So it's me against Kim Anderson. Here I'm 5'8", and he's 6'9". Okay, and he didn't even jump, but I ended up tapping the ball. So I was saying, oh, okay, I must be pretty good. But I think it was because he just didn't jump. So Kim Anderson was a good Missouri basketball player, and certainly ended up being a coach as well after that, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So tell me, it didn't take much to kind of draw you to Missouri, but what happened to make you leave?
Well, 18 years old, so I think it was a little bit of multiple things. One, being homesick.
Oh, okay.
Right. One, being homesick, and at that time, 6'1" guard, they want you to be a point guard.
Okay.
And so when I was in high school, I never played point a day in my life. I would come off picks and I would shoot the three, and I was a scorer. So going there and them trying to acclimate me to being a true point guard, and the fact that I was homesick, it just didn't work out.
Man, you were hard-headed, wasn't you?
Super hard-headed.
Because, you could not like Columbia, Missouri.
I actually loved Columbia. I love the university. I love the city, but I just wasn't happy with the style of play.
I hear you.
And that's the reason why I coach kids to this day, because I feel like I probably could have stuck it out.
Okay.
And if I would have had the right guidance.
Yeah.
They were telling me, don't worry about it, everything's gonna work out, but I'm like, nah, I gotta leave.
Right. So who was telling you, who was in your ear to tell you, hey man, you gotta go somewhere else? Who was that person?
All the assistant coaches, I forget, I want to say, you remember Julian Winfield?
Yes, I do.
His dad was the assistant coach.
Okay.
I forget his name though, but he was really talking to me like, he's from St. Louis, so he like a soul brother. Like, brother, it's gonna be all right. Trust me, just hang in there. But I was like, I want to go shoot.
Yeah. So you ended up going back home and playing the rest of your college career at Southern Illinois Carbondale, right?
Yes.
And you knew that city, so it was a pretty comfortable way to finally lay your prowess.
Yes.
Right.
I was actually, when I went back, I had other opportunities.
Okay.
So I was going to go to New Mexico State. So on the eve of me going to New Mexico State, the head coach at that time, Rich Herron, wanted to have a meeting with me and my uncle. Okay. And so I was like, nah, I'm going to New Mexico State. So my uncle was like, are you sure you may get in the same situation and you're far away this time, right? And so I was like, okay, I'll have the meeting. And so we get in the meeting, and the coach is giving this spiel and everything. And so I'm just listening just to listen. I'm just there. I already had my mind made up to go to New Mexico State. Yeah. And my uncle said, you know what, Coach, we understand all of that stuff. We just have one question. How many times can he shoot the ball?
Okay.
And the coach said, as many as he wants. I signed right there.
That made it easy, huh?
That made it easy.
Well, it ended up being very successful, no doubt. And I think one of the things that, if you reflect and look back, I mean, that was pivotal in you getting to where you are today, right?
It definitely was, because at that time, like I mentioned before, 6'1" guard, even coming into the NBA, they wanted you to be a true point guard.
Of course.
But as the game evolved, that ended up helping me, because in college I was just a hired gun. And it gave me so much confidence and the ability to, score at next level.
Okay, yeah, and you have to score if you're in the NBA, right?
Yes,
you have to be able to score, no doubt. So let's go to that notion of being in the Twin Cities, understanding that you're playing in the big leagues now. I mean, you certainly had some steps before that, and we can talk about that, but. What if you can remember those days? I mean, you played 5 or 6 years with the Timberwolves.
Timberwolves 5. Yeah.
If you can remember those days, what really sticks to you as being very gratifying? Besides playing with Kevin Garnet.
Right. I would say Flip Saunders really.
Okay.
He really had a thing about family. And so my time with the Timberwolves, like, we were a family. Like, when you walk through the offices, everyone was former graduates of the University of Minnesota. Like, it was, everybody was like homegrown. Like, it was all Minnesota people in there. So we had like just a family organization. And I think that's probably one of the reasons why I'm still here to this day, because, you know, you met so many people within that. And the way Flip kind of ran at him and Kevin McHale, they really had people feeling like a part, from the janitors to the top player. They had everybody feeling like they was a part of it. And,
you know, they were hometown heroes themselves.
Exactly.
So, I mean, they brought people to the seats as well, you know, and lo and behold, you guys are successful.
Yep.
You know, tell me again, you know, going forward, just recently, you met Kevin again.
Yes.
Tell me how that was.
Oh, that's great, because, I mean, the last game of the season is usually, you could probably get in if you bring a canned good, right?
Yeah.
Because it's that
just about anybody can be there.
Anybody can get in, so it's usually like people here, people there, not many people, maybe 6,000 people in the arena.
Yeah.
This particular night, Kevin came back. Everyone knew Anthony Edwards wasn't going to play. I don't think any starters played.
Okay.
Sold out.
Wow.
It was sold out. It was electric, like it was a playoff game.
Of course.
And that's how much, you know, KG, you know, meant to this franchise, and it's just happy to have him back and him wanting to come back, and just the synergy just being all there in the building. So hopefully that can bring, you know, some luck in the playoffs.
Of course. Well, I mean, everybody considers him, particularly the media, considers him the greatest Minnesota Timberwolves player. So tell me, what was it about him when he was playing with you? What was it about him that you believed added to this hero worship of him as a player and as a person?
Selflessness.
Oh, okay.
It was never about him. Like, every time he came into the locker room, he wanted to make sure everybody, from, like I said, from the janitors to the trainers, he wanted to make sure everybody was okay.
Okay.
That's his number one thing, is making sure everybody was okay. And I had played with a lot of stars up until that point, and none of them was like that.
Okay.
Like, he would get on. We had a guy who cleans up the locker room. Like, if you throw your jock strap here and there, it's his job to pick it up and, you know, put it in the bin. But if KG comes in and he sees jock straps and stuff everywhere, he's going off.
Well, he's going
off on everybody.
That's a better picture than the jock strap. But it's good to kind of know that he was involved with making sure things were clean, right?
Because his mentality was, I know that's his job, but don't treat him like he's a slave.
That's right.
You know, tidy up at least the best that you can, so his job can be even easier.
Okay.
So,
good. I appreciate that, and I think it's already a testament to him for them to come and bring him back. I see he had his daughters with him, and but getting back to you, I think, you know, that wasn't your only stint, nor was that your only experience as a pro player.
Right.
I'd like to know a little bit about, you know, playing overseas and how.
Well, I didn't play overseas.
I mean, you played CBA. You played CBA, but playing in a different environment than the NBA.
Yeah.
You know. Obviously, you think about the money, certainly. Yeah. I bet there were a lot of good players at both those levels, the college, CBA, and NBA. I mean, can you make some reference to that?
Oh, definitely. Like the CBA was a grind, right?
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, the CBA was...
Your Holiday Inn versus Hilton?
Oh, yeah, no, Howard Johnson.
Howard Johnson.
We literally stayed in the Howard Johnson, right? And our per diem was like $15 a day.
Oh, okay.
For grown men, so that's $5 for breakfast, $5 for lunch, $5 for dinner. So, and we stayed in motels, not hotels. We stayed in motels. We bust everywhere. Yeah. I quit at least 3 times.
Did you really?
I quit at least 3 times.
Were you making money? You were playing, but were you making any money?
I had made a little money because I made the Utah Jazz's roster.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I was on that roster for 2 months, so I had a little money in the bank.
Yeah.
But no, you wasn't making much money in the CBA. No.
Well, Troy, thank you so much for coming. I think what we want to end with is this: what are you doing now? You know, certainly you're raising a family now. You've stayed in the Twin Cities. That's a king's ransom right there to be able to, because you weren't from here, you know. And you know, do you still have family back in Illinois?
All of them.
Okay, all of them. Do you go back there pretty regularly?
Probably once or twice a year.
Oh, okay, okay. So you kind of made a entrepreneur spirit and a space here for the Twin Cities. Tell me a little bit about what you're doing now.
I run a youth program, youth basketball. It's called Uncheckable Elite. And a lot of people think it means not being able to be guarded on the court.
Oh, okay.
But Uncheckable is really it's a lifestyle. So what I tell my kids is, do your chores, do your homework, do everything you're supposed to do, so nobody have to check you.
Oh, okay. There's a subtle symbolism to that.
So you want to be uncheckable in life, right?
Oh, okay, good.
That's the most prominent thing that we teach them, and the biggest thing for me is it's not the X's and O's, it's not the sport of basketball. It's teaching them all the stuff that I didn't know.
Okay.
Like for me, I had to learn on the fly.
Yeah.
I was one of the only people that ever made to the NBA from my hometown.
Yeah. Wow.
I was the only person in my family that went to college, especially with the athletic scholarship. So everything I learned was on the fly. And I made a lot of mistakes, which is okay because now I can tell the next generation the way in which they should go.
Right.
So that's my ultimate goal, is to give back in that way, not just the X and O. Kids can play. But a lot of people get held back from the decisions that they make, when they could talk to someone who's been down that road, and it could just change a lot for them.
Yeah. So when you are teaching these kids, are you putting them in AAU circumstances, for example? Are they traveling? Tell me how you're forming these relationships and how you're making them better players.
Yeah, we definitely do a lot of traveling.
Okay.
Like this year, we go to Grand Rapids next week. We go to Chicago. We're going to South Carolina. We're going to Augusta, Georgia. We're going to Indianapolis. So we do a lot of traveling. And with these kids, I've been having them for 6 years. So my team has been set basically for 6 years. So I know all the families. We do barbecues at the house.
Okay.
We do a lot of family and team bonding.
Good.
And it's all, they call me Uncle Troy.
Okay.
So I mean. So I even get some of them, their parents to drop them off at the house when they got in trouble at school. So now they got to deal with me. So I'm able to really, touch these kids in a different way. And I always tell them it's about the business of basketball. Like, you don't have to make it to the NBA. You could be a coach. You could be a broadcaster. There's so many levels if you love the game of basketball that you can get into, right? I was only thinking playing.
Right.
And so that was a big mistake of mine. So now I tell these kids, like, no, make sure you get into every aspect of this game you love. Because you think you just love the playing, but there's going to come a time. I always give them this example. Doc Rivers played, 15 years, probably made $5 million.
Yeah.
He can coach until he don't want to coach anymore, and he's probably making $5 million a year.
I bet.
Right. So
because he put it in, put that work in.
Exactly.
Yeah. Right.
So,
well, I think one of the reason why you and I have connected even further is because through the Lewis Sports Foundation, we've supported a number of his families and young people who have participated with Uncheckable.
And we appreciate it.
And I think one of the things that we find is that, these families have a lot of aspirations, these kids have a lot of aspirations, but, unfortunately it takes more than just wanting to do it. You need some more resources.
Exactly.
So we're really happy with the Lewis Sports Foundation to help you as well as your young family. So we're kind of in partnership, and we're going to continue to be. And I appreciate you coming.
All right,
Thank you so much from our inaugural guest for the Legends and Leaders podcast. Thank you.